Dear learners, welcome to Jack of English. Today a very important theoretical aspect on which I will deliver my lecture, and that is related to leadership. Exactly, the leadership. Today I will discuss about the definition of leadership, influence of leadership, and the examples of leadership. Most of us often face this kind of question in the competitive examination hall. Now I will declare how to answer those types of questions very neat and clean. Now first of all I will start my lecture about the definition of leadership. So before the start of lecture, only one advice to you: don't memorize the theoretical aspect. Now tell me how to realize the theoretical aspect related to leadership. So there are two kinds of leaders. One is leader and another one is ship. So leader means there will be one pioneer and influencer, and ship means a vehicle. So if you compare that ship in our life and confidentiality, and if you compare one kind of influencer according to our leadership, then there will be a great match which combines one word that is called leadership. So what is the definition of leadership? So leadership is the influential aspect which helps us to reach the successful attempt and the successful appearances. Now, how to make the successful attempt? So we have our backbone physically, but most of us are often frustrating to go forward. So leadership helps us to reach the successful attempt. So this is all about the definition of leadership. Now I'll deliver the examples of leadership. So there are two kinds of examples related to leadership. One is the small leadership and another one is the big leadership. So the small leadership related to find out the solution for the ongoing seekers. Let me find out an example about it. So one of your younger brother and sister is alcoholic or so-called intoxicated, or he or she may have the drug addiction. Now how to alleviate this kind of condition? Now you can find out the possible solution to that type of younger brother and sister, but you can avoid them stopping their addiction. So this is called small leadership. So if there is only one question, give an example of a small leadership, then you need to write down like how to find out a better solution for the ongoing seekers, for the drug addicted persons, for the path diverted persons. So that is related to small leadership. Now the second one, which is called a big leadership. So what do you mean by a big leadership? So big leadership means whenever a country faces one kind of danger, like the liberation war. So we had the liberation war that was started in the year of 1971. We all know about our liberation war. So that is related to the big leadership. So this big leadership is to be given or provided to that type of special country in which there are the face of great dangerous situations. So this is called the big leadership. So if there is one question related to big leadership, so how do you find out an example of big leadership? Then you need to write down, if country faces one kind of danger or so-called country is attacked with nuclear weapon, then big leadership is needed. Now the third question, how do you define the influence of leadership? So the influence of leadership is much needed for a country. We know that our country was facing a great war that is called a liberation war. So it wasn't easy to gain the victory at that time. So we had a very prospective thing that is called the leadership. And one of the biggest leaderships to gain the freedom of our country as well as the independence of our country. So the big leadership and small leadership are clarified very neat and clean to you, I think. So now the comparison. If there is one question like how the leadership be compared, then the leadership that can be compared to invisible weapon. So sometimes we are getting frustrated. We might not find out our better solution to go for. So leadership helps us to find out the solution and to have our prospective matter on which we can feel our dependability. So that's all about the leadership. I hope that you will find out your prospective matter, and you will surely go through the line and write down your answer peacefully, and there will be no stresses and anxieties. So this is all about my lecture. I hope you will like it and do study, but there is only one advice to you, that don't memorize the theoretical aspect, try to realize the aspect. That's all about. Get connected with us. Thank you once again.